involved in the incident. One of the aircraft went down in western Iraq and the second landed safely. This was not due to hostile fire or friendly fire. Friendly fire was responsible for the downing of 3 F-15 fighter jets over Kuwait in the first few days of the war. 6 crew members parachuted to safety in that incident. The aerial refueler is the 4th U.S. aircraft to be lost since fighting began. Ben Gurion, Israel's main commercial airport here, has become a hub for these planes, extending the range of fighter jets conducting non-stop bombing missions. Iran's attacks across the Gulf have continued, striking oil infrastructure from tankers off the coast of Iraq to oil depots, putting a stranglehold on the Strait of Hormuz.
My belief that as soon as it is militarily possible, the U.S. Navy, perhaps with an international coalition, will be escorting vessels through.
But Iran's supreme leader has doubled down in his first public statement, saying blocking the Strait of Hormuz must continue. In the other front line of this fight, Israel has continued to bombard Iranian-backed Hezbollah in punishing airstrikes, even as the militant group continues to launch missiles toward northern Israel. Iran's energy sector has also been targeted, too, primarily from Israel's airstrikes, and Iran's military has threatened to set the entire region's oil and gas infrastructure on fire if those attacks against energy sites continue. Gail?
Charlie Daggett reporting from Tel Aviv. We thank you. Now to that synagogue attack just outside Detroit where a man rammed the building with a vehicle. It was packed with explosives and set it on fire. Security guards shot the suspect who died at the scene. No members of the temple were hurt here. Jonah Kaplan is at the scene in West Bloomfield. Jonah, good morning to you. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Gail, good morning. No one inside was hurt, but because of all that smoke, 30 first responders had actually to be treated at the hospital. Temple Israel behind me, it's one of the largest synagogues in the United States. More than 1,000 members. And what a sign of the times. Because on the one hand, this is an extremely vulnerable target, and yet it's also one of the safest places for Jews in America to be together. This is being hailed by authorities as a security success.
West Bloomfield police say the 911 call came in just after noon Thursday. An active shooter at Temple Israel, where the suspect had driven into the building, igniting a fire.
West Bloomfield officers arrived on scene under 5 minutes. Temple security officers engaged the individual and neutralized the threat.
The synagogue has a preschool and kindergarten inside, but aside from one security guard, no one was hurt. Jason Plotkin is Temple Israel's executive director, and says he hid under his desk before evacuating.
To have all of us safe and where we are today is truly a blessing.
Overnight, FBI agents were seen raiding the home of the suspect, identified by the Department of Homeland Security as Ayman Mohammed Ghazali, a Lebanese-born U.S. citizen from nearby Dearborn Heights. Sources within the Lebanese-American community there, including one person who says he knew Ghazali for more than a decade, told CBS News Ghazali lost 2 brothers and a niece and nephew to an airstrike in Lebanon roughly 10 days earlier. But the FBI is investigating Thursday's attack as a targeted act of violence against the Jewish community. Anti-Semitism in America is at a historic high, with the Anti-Defamation League reporting a record 9,300-plus incidents in 2024. And in a survey conducted last year before the war with Iran began, 2/3 of American Jews said they felt less secure than the year before.
I'd love to say I'm shocked or I'm surprised, but I'm not. This is something that we trained for.
The FBI's Detroit office led active shooter response training for Temple Israel staff and clergy just 2 months ago.
If you think you can target the Jewish community in this county or anywhere in this state, you're wrong. We're going to not only stand in front of them to protect them, we're coming for you.
And having a security team at a synagogue, a JCC, a Jewish senior home, that's not free. Listen to this statistic. According to the Jewish Federations of North America, it costs about $775 million a year to secure all of these Jewish institutions. That money will be put to use again tonight as the Jewish community welcomes the Sabbath. Adriana?
Jonah, thank you so much. In our next hour, we will speak about this attack with the lead rabbi of the temple and a witness. Meanwhile, in Virginia, officials say a former National Guard soldier opened fire inside an ROTC class at Old Dominion University Thursday. Police say he killed the instructor, Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw, and wounded 2 students before other cadets subdued him and killed him. The FBI calls the shooting an act of terrorism. The suspect had previously served prison time for supporting ISIS. Nicole Skanga reports.
Active shooter on the ODU campus.
Shots rang out at Old Dominion University's campus Thursday, sending students scrambling for safety.
But at that time, it was fight or flight, so I grabbed everything I could and just ran straight out the back door.
The FBI identified the gunman as 36-year-old Mohammed Baylor Jallo and said it's investigating Thursday's shooting as a terror attack.
Prior to him conducting this act of terrorism, he stated Allah Akbar.
Police say the shooter walked into an ROTC training class, killing the instructor, a retired Army officer, and wounding 2 others.
There were students that were in that room that subdued him and rendered him no longer alive.
Students confronted the gunman and one killed him with a knife.
If not for them, I'm not sure, what else he may have done.
Jallo, a former Virginia National Guardsman, pleaded guilty in 2016 to providing support for ISIS, apologizing at the time, saying he was disgusted by the terror group, and was sentenced to 11 years before being released early in December 2024.
We confirmed that he was formerly subject of material support to terrorism investigation.
The FBI alleged Jallo wanted to carry out an attack like the 2009 ISIS-inspired attack at Fort Hood, where an Army major killed 13 and injured more than 30. At Old Dominion, Police Chief Garrett Shelton said protecting students is his top priority.
Every one of these kids are my kids, and I treat them the same way and protect them the same way as I would my own children.
One victim remains hospitalized in critical condition, while another student already has been treated and released. For CBS Mornings, I'm Nicole Skanga.